Welcome to San Antonio. Tonight's matchup will be the San Antonio Spurs and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers control the tip. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting one. Sean Kemp. Nothing but net. Slam dunk. Defensive foul. Off the mark. Robinson. With finesse. Nothing but net. Defensive foul. Ball out of bounds. Nothing but net. Slam dunk. Defensive foul. Spurs 14, Cavaliers 2. Shooting one. Out of bounds. Slam dunk. Defensive foul. Spurs with the rebound. Offensive foul. With a one-hand dunk. He slams it home. Avery Johnson stops it. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line, shooting one. Cavaliers with the rebound. With a two-hand power jam. Jamma! Sean Elliott with the assist. Tomahawk jam! Defensive foul. At the line, shooting two. Revan Knight. with a Liberty Jam. Spurs 30, Cavaliers 8. Sean Elliott with a one-hand power jam. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. Avery Johnson. Avery Johnson. Cavaliers with the rebound. He stuffs it. Spurs 36, Cavaliers 12. Number 6, Avery Johnson. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Look out below. With a sidekick jam. Spurs 45, Cavaliers 12. Kevin Knight stops it. He pulls up for 3. The Admiral, David Robinson. Spurs 47, Cavaliers 14. Offensive foul. Sean Kemp. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Out of bounds. For 2. Cavaliers with the rebound. Spurs with the rebound. With a sidekick jam. Spurs 54, Cavaliers 16. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 1. Robinson. He pulls up for 3. Trifecta. Sean Kemp. from three-point land. Defensive foul. Shooting 2, David Robinson. Cavaliers with the rebound. He stops it. He brings down the house. Out of bounds. Slamma-jamma. Ball out of bounds. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line, shooting 1. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Brevin Knight. With finesse. Defensive foul. Spurs 68. Cavaliers 27. Look out below. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Brevin Knight. Defensive foul. Spurs 72. Cavaliers 30. Shooting 1. Nothing but net. Sean Elliott. Defensive foul. Spurs 78. Cavaliers 30. At the line, shooting 1. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line, shooting 1. Ball out of bounds. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line, shooting 2. With a one-hand dunk. Out of bounds. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line, shooting 2. Sean M. From three-point land. The Admiral, David Robinson. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Brevin Knight. Out of bounds. Cavaliers with the rebound. With finesse, Sean Elliott with the assist. Cavaliers with the rebound. With a one-hand dunk. Spurs 92. Cavaliers 35. He lets it fly. He stuffs it all. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 1. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. With a one-hand power jam. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. David Robinson. Ball out of bounds. Nothing but net. Slam dunk. Spurs 105. Cavaliers 40. Ball out of bounds. He puts it up. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He puts it up. Trifecta! Ball out of bounds. For 2. Nothing but net. Ball out of bounds. Slam dunk. Spurs 112. Cavaliers 42. Ball out of bounds. Out of bounds. 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. For 2. Off the glass. Nothing but net. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. Offensive foul. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Brevin Knight. Nothing but net. Spurs 119. Cavaliers 46. Avery Johnson with a one-hand dunk. Out of bounds. With finesse. Avery Johnson. At the end of the first quarter, it's the Spurs 125, the Cavaliers 46. From three-point land. Nothing but net. Spurs 127. Cavaliers 46. Defensive foul. Elite Rose with finesse. Spurs with the rebound. He brings down the house. Spurs 131. Cavaliers 46. Defensive foul. He pulls up for three. He brings down the house. Nothing but net. Spurs 133. Cavaliers 48. Offensive foul. Off the glass. Tim Duncan throws it down with power. Malik Rose with the assist. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting one. Sean Kemp. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting one. He lets it fly. Trifecta. He brings down the house. Defensive foul. Ursa with a side lead. For two. Defensive foul. Nothing but net. Defensive foul. Shooting one. Chuck Person. Number 11, Zajunas Ilgauskas. Spurs 147. Cavaliers 56. Ursa with the dunk. Ball out of bounds. Look out below. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Brevin Knight with the assist. No good. He goes up strong. Spurs 153. Cavaliers 58. He pulls up for three. Trifecta. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. He puts it up. Nothing but net. Spurs 161. Cavaliers, 60. Slam dunk. Chuck Person. Spurs, 163. Cavaliers, 62. Number 45, Cedric Henderson. Slam dunk with authority. Spurs, 165. Cavaliers, 64. No good. Off the mark. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Cedric Henderson. Spurs 168. Cavaliers 66. From three-point land. Trifecta. Off the mark. Ball out of bounds. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting one. Cedric Henderson. Swish! Number 7, Aro Herrera. Spurs 175. Cavaliers 69. From three-point land. He slams it. Offensive foul. Sean Kemp. Defensive foul. Shooting one. Chuck Person. Off the mark. He brings down the house. Spurs with the rebound. Showtime. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. The mark. Out of bounds. Cavaliers with the rebound. Ball out of bounds. Person with a one-hand dunk. Number 4, Sean Kemp. He He puts it up off the glass. With the jam. Spurs 188. Cavaliers 74. Defensive foul. Shooting 2. Brevin Knight. Herrera with a two-hand reverse. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Brevin Knight with the assist. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line, shooting 2. For 2! Sean Kemp with a two-hand reverse. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Off the glass. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Sean Kemp. Cavaliers with the rebound. Two-hand power jam. From three-point land. Trifecta. Defensive foul. Shooting 2. Brevin Knight. With the jam. Spurs 197. Cavaliers 84. Out of bounds. He slams it. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Tim Duncan. Herrera with a two-hand jam. Spurs 203. Cavaliers 86. With a double pump. Tim Duncan. Spurs 205. Cavaliers 88. Spurs with the rebound. Tim Duncan stops it. .360. Spurs with the rebound. Count of it goes. Spurs with the rebound. Herrera. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Spurs 2-14. Cavaliers 90. With a sidekick jam. Tim Duncan with the assist. Number 4, Sean Kemp. He brings down the house. Chuck Person with the assist. Out of bounds. Two-hand power jam. Spurs 2-20. Cavaliers 92. Ball out of bounds. Out of bounds. Cavaliers with the rebound. Number 1, Malik Rose. Nothing but net. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Sean Kemp. Spurs with the rebound. Off the glass. Defensive foul. Shooting one. Carl Herrera. Ball out of bounds. Off the glass. Winfield. For two. Swish! Spurs 2-32. Cavaliers 96. 4-2. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. Malik Rose with the assist. Ursa. Of it goes. 4-2. Nothing but net. Ursa with a one-hand dunk. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. One minute remaining in the half. from three-point land. Nothing but net. Spurs 2, 44. Cavaliers 98. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting one. Malik Rose. Ball out of bounds. Look out below. Out of bounds. Power jam. Spurs 250. Cavaliers 101. Ball out of bounds. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting one. He puts it up. Trifecta. Backcourt violation. Number 12, Brevin Knight. Sean Kemp with the assist. From three-point land. Trifecta. Spurs 256. Cavaliers 106. Number 1, Corey Alexander. Defensive foul. Number 2, Jared Jackson. Out of bounds. Slam dunk. Number 11, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Spurs 262. Cavaliers 108. Out of bounds. Power jam. Number 11, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He puts it up. Spurs with the rebound. Swish! Corey Alexander. with a one-hand dunk. Spurs 271. Cavaliers 110. Number 11, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Number 1, Corey Alexander. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Cavaliers with the rebound. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Number 41, Bill Perdue. Jaren Jackson with the assist. Stops it. Spurs 278. Cavaliers 116. Count if it goes. Number 1, Malik Rose. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Out of bounds. Slam dunk. Defensive foul. Spurs with the rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Off the mark. Ball out of bounds. Three-pointer ball. Number 2, Jaren Jackson. Out of bounds. He puts it up. Nothing but net. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 1. Jaren Jackson. For 2, nothing but net. Corey Alexander. Defensive foul. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Defensive foul. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Offensive foul. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. Cavaliers with the rebound. Out of bounds. Defensive foul. Spurs 308. Cavaliers 117. From three-point land, trifecta. He slams it. Spurs 3-14. Cavaliers 117. With a one-hand reverse. Cedric Henderson. Spurs 3-16. Cavaliers 119. Count of it goes. Trifecta. Spurs with a rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 2. Cavaliers with the rebound. Cavaliers with the rebound. Off the glass. Off the glass. He brings down the house. Defensive foul. Corey Alexander with the assist. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. With finesse. Ball out of bounds. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Will Perdue. Look out below! Number 11, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Sean Kemp with the assist. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 2. Cavaliers with a rebound. 4-2. Sean Kemp. He puts it up. Nothing but net. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Spurs 3, 31. Cavaliers 130. For 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 2. Backcourt violation. For 2. For 2. Nothing but net. Corey Alexander. Ball out of bounds. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Revin Knight with the assist. Cavaliers at the line shooting 1. Count of it goes. Trifecta. Corey Alexander stops it. He brings down the house. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 1. From three-point land. Trifecta. He pulls up for 3. Spurs with the rebound. With a one-hand power jam. Number 1, Corey Alexander. He buries the jumper. He puts it up. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs 3:53. Cavaliers 138. Cavaliers with the rebound with a two-hand power jam. Number 1, Malik Rose. Spurs 3:55. Cavaliers 140. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Shooting 1, Sean Kemp. Out of bounds. Brevin Knight. Showtime! Spurs 3:55. Cavaliers 1:47. Malik Rose with a dunk. Sean M with the jam. Zydrunas Ilgauskas with the assist. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 2. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Offensive foul. Purdue stops it. Spurs 3:64. Cavaliers 1:49. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 2. No good. He lets it fly. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 1. Will Purdue. Number 11, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Out of it goes. Trifecta. Corey Alexander with the assist. Corey Alexander with a one-hand dunk. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Spurs 3:73. Cavaliers 1:53. Will Purdue stops it. For 2. Nothing but net. Spurs 3:75. Cavaliers 1:55. 1 minute from three-point land. Cavaliers with a rebound. Ball out of bounds. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. For 2. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. Corey Alexander with the assist. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Defensive foul. Corey Alexander with the assist. At the line, shooting 1. Will Purdue. Rose He puts it up. Shot! And with a scissor kick. Spurs 385. Cavaliers 159. Spurs with a rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Jonas Ilgauskas. Brevin Knight with the assist. Malik Rose. Alexander from three-point land. Trifecta. At the end of the third quarter, it's the Spurs 393. The Cavaliers 161. Jonas Ilgauskas. Number 50, David Robinson. Cavaliers with the rebound. Spurs with the rebound. Duncan. Spurs 397. Cavaliers 163. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. The mark. He lets it fly. Trifecta. Avery Johnson with a one-hand dunk. Swish! Cedric Henderson with the assist. Defensive foul. Showtime! Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting two. For two. Nothing but net. stuffs it. Number 50, Spurs, Cavaliers, 171. Ball out of bounds. Cavaliers with a rebound. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting one. Backcourt violation. Four two. He slams it. Spurs, Cavaliers, 176. Sean Kemp. With a sidekick jam. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Slam dunk. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. He pulls up for three. Spurs with the rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Alley-oop. He brings down the house. Spurs with the rebound. Ursa with the dunk. Out of bounds. Tim Duncan with a two-hand jam. Off the mark. Ball out of bounds. Two-hand power jam. Look out below. Spurs, Cavaliers, 181. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. Swish! Cedric Henderson. Spurs, Cavaliers, 184. For three! Trifecta! Avery Johnson with the assist. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting two. Brevin Knight. From three-point land, trifecta. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. He stops it home. Off the mark. Ball out of bounds. Offensive foul. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. Cavaliers with a lead. With a side lead. Spurs, Cavaliers, 191. Cavaliers with a rebound. Defensive foul. Avery Johnson with the assist. Spurs at the line shooting one. Defensive foul. Shooting two. Brevin Knight. For two. Swish! Spurs, Cavaliers, 192. Count if it goes. Trifecta. Robinson! He buries the jumper. Spurs, Cavaliers, 195. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting one. Sean Kemp. Spurs, Cavaliers, 197. Count if it goes. Nothing but net. Avery Johnson with the assist. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. Look out below! David Robinson with the assist. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting two. He puts it up. Avery Johnson with a one-hand dunk. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting two. out of bounds. Avery Johnson with a one-hand dunk. Spurs, Cavaliers, 200. Nothing but net. Offensive foul. Offensive foul. Sean Kemp. Tomahawk jam. Off the glass. He brings down the house. He puts it up. Trifecta. Number 4, Sean Kemp. Tim Duncan with a two-hand jam. Spurs, Cavaliers, 206. Chuck Person. For 2. Swish. Number 6, Avery Johnson. Nothing but net. Chuck Person with the assist. He brings down the house. Spurs, Cavaliers, 206. He brings down the house. Trevin Knight with a two-hand jam. Spurs, Cavaliers, 208. He puts it up. Spurs with the rebound. Swish! Avery Johnson with the assist. Tim Duncan. No good. Ball out of bounds. From three-point land. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Person. Nothing but net. .360. He gets it in there. For 2. Nothing but net. 2 minutes. Ball out of bounds. Cavaliers with the rebound. He brings down the house. He puts it up. He stuffs it home. Spurs, Cavaliers, 2-12. Robinson! And he makes the shot. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 1. Out of bounds. Look out below. Spurs with the rebound. Cavaliers with the rebound. Remaining in the fourth quarter. Defensive foul. Spurs, Cavaliers, 2-14. At the line, shooting 1. Cavaliers with the rebound. Defensive foul. Zajunas Ilgaskos with the assist. Cavaliers at the line shooting 1. Swish! Spurs, Cavaliers, 2-17. Off the mark. Stop! Off the mark. Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 1. He puts it up. Trifecta! Defensive foul. Cavaliers at the line shooting 2. Defensive foul. At the line, shooting 2. Sean Kemp. Spurs with the rebound. Defensive foul. Spurs at the line shooting 2.